Hello everybody, welcome back. In the previous video, what we did was we started making a temporary variable called, or a local variable called str, which is short for string, and it is going to be the string that is going to be the name of our picture. And then we did a little bit of testing here too. All right, let's get rid of our testing, and we'll have to deal with that in a second. All right, now what we need to do is have a separate if statement to add the rest of this. If the number is between 1 and 13, inclusive, we want that to be, what did we say, hearts. So let's figure out how we're going to do that. So there's actually a little trick, and we might need to do a little bit of bug testing. If you did this in class with me today, you know that I spent 90% of class today trying to fix this bug. But I believe that we can do this the first try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little if statement in here. And I'm going to say if n divided by 13 is equal to 0, then I want this to be a heart. So we want the hearts to be like anything from 1 to 13. Let's pretend that it's a 6. We want 6 to say heart. So 6 divided by 13 is, well, what is that? Let me pull that up. Hold on. All right. 6 divided by 13 is that decimal, 0.46, blah, 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 blah. But there's an issue with this. We actually want this to be, we want to just get that 0 there. Because that way, if it's anything like 13 or less, oh, actually, we will run into an issue. So if my lowest is 1 divided by 13 is in the zeros. 12 divided by 13 is still in the zeros. But we also want 13 to be the king of hearts. So 13 divided by 13 will give us 1, which was in the ones. And that's a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to say, instead of this being n, I'm going to say it's n minus 1. I feel like I'm going to regret that, but we'll see. This way, if it's 13, then it'll be 13 divided by 13, or if it's 13, then it'll actually be 12 divided by 13, which is in the zeros. Okay, good. Also, we want to make sure that this here actually does lop off the end bits. We actually have a command called int, which will convert some number. Oops, that's not where I want that. Will convert some number into just the integer part, just the number part. So let's test it. I'm gonna do card picker, and I'm gonna put in some numbers that I know what I want to get. That's not height. Oh my goodness, I am struggling. Hold on. There we go, card picker, and I'm gonna put in 1. I want 1 to give me the ace of hearts. Actually, let's do this in here where we'll add to str. We'll say str equals itself plus if it's equal to 0. If the first number is 0, then we want that to be a heart. So I'm going to say plus h.png. And the reason I'm doing that is because all the hearts have h.png at the end of it. Okay. Let's test this. I'm going to say, give me the message box of str. Okay. Now this says I'm plugging in 1, so it should say ace of hearts. Please, oh please, oh please, oh please. You can't see, but I've got my fingers crossed. Hit deal. Ace of hearts.png. That's what we want. All right. What about if I said 13? That should be the king of hearts. Click. 0 of hearts. Okay. So it's supposed to be king, but that's the 0 of hearts. 13 isn't here. If 13 mod 13 is... Oh, okay. So let's think about this. 13 mod 13. How many times does 13 fit into 13? 1. And is there any left over at that point? No. So this should actually be 0. All right, let's test this again. This should say king of hearts. It did say 0 of hearts, so at least we know that part works. There you go, king of hearts. All right. Let's try some of the rest of these. Let's add an... here, let's just grab this line, but throw the word else in front of it. Else if... and then we want to say if this equals 1, then we want... What was that? Diamonds. So we'll take this line, and we'll say D. All right, so that means if we get 14, put 14 in there, it should tell us ace of diamonds. Let's see if it does that. Ace of diamonds, perfect. It should also work for, let's do a regular number, let's do 17, which, if I recall, should be the 4. Ace is 14, so 2 is 15. Yeah, this should be the 4 of diamonds. Fingers crossed. Do you believe? 4 of diamonds! Yay! Okay, we're good. All right, let's do the rest of these. I'm going to copy paste this. Throw that in there, and then we'll say if it's 2, great, and if it's 3, great. If it's 2, we want that to be spades. And if it's 3, we want it to be clubs. All right, so now any number should work. Let's test that out. Let's do, just put in card 1, the random card 1. All right, click. 2H. Okay, good. That's a card. Okay, that's a valid card. That's a valid card, and that's a valid card, and that's a valid card. And there we go, 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 and there we go. Great! We're getting all valid cards. Something might pop up later, but we're getting valid cards. So now I can get rid of this message box. All right, where are we at time-wise? Give me 1 second. We are at 7.5 minutes. That's plenty of time to add in our next bit. Honestly, this is the most exciting bit. I love this part. What we're going to do now is attempt to change the picture of the thing. So what I want this to do is I want it to spit out a value instead of just doing something like this does, like where it comes up with a string. I want it to give me that word. So what we need it to do is return, this is the command for it, return str. What that's going to do is give str back to us. But you see, we've got an error here. It says, return statement in a sub cannot return a value. This is a subroutine. What it's saying is that subroutines don't return values, at least not in Visual Basic. So we need to tell the computer what this is now. It is no longer a subroutine, it is a function. Not a functino, a function. When I click that, it should automatically change it down here to end function. If it doesn't, change this to function, and now it allows me to return something. So what I can do now is say, because this is going to be the word here, let's, instead of returning the word, let's return the picture. I'm going to say image.fromFile, and then I'm going to put in whatever str is. So now, instead of returning the word, it's going to actually return the picture itself. And so I'm going to say pb card1 dot image. This is so exciting. I love this part. Is equal to whatever card picker spits out. And it's going to spit out the picture at this spot. Can you feel it? Can you feel the excitement? Deal. 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 It worked. And we only did it in, let's see, that's 16 to 42. About 26 lines? That's not bad at all. Remember, we said it was going to be 750. Well, we got to do the other picture boxes too. So let me show you how easy that's going to be. Let's take this whole line. Oh my goodness, I can't highlight. Let's highlight this whole line. Paste, 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 paste. We'll say this is card 2, card 3, card 4, and card 5. And then, I'll change this in a second. I'll show you what it does. Okay, so now when I hit start, it should give me different cards. Except it's all giving me the same card. What's up with that? Well, if we look, what are we finding the card of? Oh, card 1 every time. So card 1 should go with PB card 1. Card 2 should go with PB card 2. And so on, and so on. And now I get unique cards every time. Wait a minute. I thought I was supposed to get unique cards. Here we see that I've got the Queen of Spades, Queen of Clubs, and the Queen of Clubs. That's not right. I shouldn't get the Queen of Clubs twice. In the next video, we're going to find a way to fix this bug. If we're pulling cards out of a deck, we shouldn't get more than one of the same kind. So let's deal with that. Tune in to the next video.